Welcome. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about meaning and how we use meaning as a way to help ourselves make decisions, particularly when the decision we're trying to make seems to reflect two conflicting sources of meaning in our lives, or perhaps two conflicting values in our lives. And these are the decisions that we really struggle with when we're attempting to discern, how do I actually feel about this? And what do I want? And I'm feeling really ambivalent and I'm going back and forth. And sometimes the reason for that is being really stuck in our heads and our thoughts about the logistics or the practicalities of each decision. And instead kind of settling into our bodies and using that as a source of wisdom, along with identifying our values and the meaning of each decision, can be helpful. So I'll walk you through this exercise, and it's great if you have a current question or decision you need to make. Perhaps you're deciding in between taking job A and job B, or you're trying to determine if you want to pursue a relationship or not. So something where there's kind of two concrete options, and both of them seem appealing, perhaps for different ways, and so you're feeling really, really stuck. So we'll go through an experiential exercise to kind of get you in tune with the meaning of both of those decisions and how you truly feel about them. If some of the traditional methods of perhaps making a pros and cons list and writing it out on paper, you've done all those things and you're still really stuck with what would feel like the right decision for you. So it can be helpful to close your eyes, since I'm going to ask you to imagine yourself in each of these different scenarios. So go ahead and close your eyes now if that feels comfortable. If closing your eyes is not comfortable, that's okay too. Maybe just unfocus your eyes, looking down towards your lap or out a window where you're not likely to be distracted by other things, and you can still kind of go inside and imagine these two scenarios. So let's start by just taking a few deeper than normal breaths. Breathing in through your nose. And perhaps sighing out through your mouth. Doing that a couple of times. Extending that exhale, making it a bit longer than the inhale. And as you do that, start to let your thoughts and concerns from prior to this moment melt away a little bit. And with each sighing exhale, let yourself sink a little bit deeper into the chair, the bed, the couch, wherever you're currently settled. Perhaps feeling the parts of your body and where they're making contact with the floor or the chair. Just really settling into this moment. And then go ahead and let that question or that decision kind of bubble up in your mind. And as you have that question in your mind, just notice how you feel in your body. Are there any sensations in your chest or in your belly when you think about making this decision? In your shoulders, your arms, your face, your forehead. Where do you kind of feel it the most, and what does that feel like? Now let's imagine you've chosen one of those options. We'll call it option A. Imagine what you are doing if you've chosen this option, who you might be interacting with, what you might be experiencing, where you might be if you've chosen option A. You've fully committed, you're in option A now. What kind of emotions are present? And what do you feel in your body as you imagine yourself having chosen option A? Again, noticing where we often have sensations related to emotions in our body, in our chest, shoulders, belly, face. Are there any sensations there? Are there any emotions that kind of bubble up? You don't necessarily have to name the emotion. Just notice the emotional tone that comes up for you as you imagine option A. You imagine experiencing it, interacting with it. And are those emotional tones positive or negative? High energy or low energy? Well, let's kind of shake decision A out of our minds and bodies just a little bit. Go back to our breathing, taking again a few cleansing breaths, breathing in through our nose and sighing out through our mouth. And doing that a couple of times, with each sigh out, letting go of option A, what we were imagining, what thoughts and feelings were bubbling up. And just focusing on where you are right now, the sensation of the breath coming in through your nose and out through your mouth. Feeling your body in this present moment, perhaps your feet on the floor, back against the chair, or wherever your body's making contact with another surface. Now let's go ahead and imagine that you have chosen option B. We're going to fully in option B. What might you be doing? Who are you interacting with? Where are you located? What are you experiencing? See if you can imagine yourself fully immersed in option B. And then again, notice, how does this feel in your body? What emotions are present? What sort of feelings are you having as you imagine yourself fully immersed in option B, interacting, experiencing it? Again, noticing if there's any sensations in your body, and all those places where we commonly feel emotions generating from our belly, our chest, our shoulders, neck, face. Do you notice any sensations there? Do you notice any emotions bubbling up as you imagine yourself fully immersed in option B? If it's quite an obvious emotion and you can label it, that's fine. If it's not an obvious emotion, but more an emotional tone, that's okay too. Try to discern it, noticing whether you feel positive or negative in this experience. High energy or low energy. And then going ahead and allowing that experience, that option or decision to kind of fade from your mind as you return back to your breathing. Breathing in through the nose and sighing out through the mouth. Allowing yourself the space of a few deep breaths here as you let option B fade from your mind. Really narrow into your breathing, the exhaling. Again, noticing your body in the present moment, where it's making contact with the floor, the chair, the bed, whatever surface you might be on. Thank you for joining me in that. There are many ways of discerning or making decisions focused on our values, focused on what each decision might mean for us, weighing pros and cons, thinking through things, and the practicalities of them. Sometimes when we're feeling stuck in those then, though, doing an exercise like this kind of quiets the mind so we can tune into some of those signals from our body that we often feel when we're making a decision that is or is not in line with a strong source of meaning or value in our lives. So I hope that was helpful, and thank you for coming along with me.